Hello and welcome to the most cringe video on YouTube. This is Robert with Humble Beginnings Aquatics with my first video. Apologies for the shake cam. I'm going to be walking around. Just kind of a tour of the tanks I have set up right now and some of the projects that are in the pipeline that I can probably post up on the channel as things progress. First of all, here we've got my 220 gallon bow front aquarium. As you can see, I've got the hardware store special spotlights, as well as a shop light to run the lighting. I have big plans for nicer lights, but right now the budget dictates Lowe's lights and the shop light. A hand-built stand. It's a 2x8 board, so that I didn't need a center brace. Got a little 10-gallon shrimp grow out tank here. It's got some red Reely shrimp in it. Low grade, but you know, it helps pay for the hobby. Got our sump here. 3 filter socks, half a micron. Kind of annoying because you have to change it every couple days, but it helps keep the tank clean. Got some aquarium co-op sponge filters in there, always ready to go, set up a hospital tank, whatever I need. We got dual returns and dual drains. These are $55 a piece, so keep that in mind when people are showing off their reef setups and they've got like 30 of them. Eventually I'm going to change this side too, because right now I can't get them balanced with just a ball valve. You really do need the gate valve if you're running a sump and you want it to be quiet. Next up we'll go to my 36, but I'm gonna have to take you through my house and I'm not ready to do that on YouTube yet, so 1 second. Alright, so here's my 36 gallon bow front. I've had this tank since the beginning. Sorry, my camera can't focus. I'm guessing it's the shimmer. Let's try and move closer. Does that make it better? Yeah, you can watch the guppies for now. But the Kessel lights were initially supposed to go on my 220 over there, but these just weren't cutting it, so I moved them over to the 36. This tank just got a big trim because I traded some plants with another local hobbyist, so this was completely grown up with Bacopa caroliniana. Now it's got to recover from my heavy trimming session. Bit of algae in here. This tank doesn't get very well taken care of. I mean, removing algae wise. Clearly the fish are doing great though. There's tons of little babies and everything. This one's also running a sump. My father and I built this stand 10 years ago. Little 7.5 gallon sump. Just some lava rock, a sponge filter. This was part of it and I took it off and I left it in there. Little under cabinet lights, so you can see what you're doing. Some nets and things, you know. Wherever you can put them to keep the wife happy, right? But that's the 36 gallon. I drilled it myself, did the plumbing myself. Here, I can try and get that. I will say people don't talk about it very much, but these repair fittings for running a sump are incredible. Alright, this is my 75 gallon coffee table work in progress. And my son's cooking station, as well as racetrack, which is really the reason I did this, because we needed a coffee table, and I was like, well, why don't I make an aquarium coffee table, because I have a problem. I'm not sure what I'm going to do entirely with this yet. This is just to keep it to where my wife is happy. I mean, not many people are okay with just a 4-foot aquarium with nothing in it, just taking up space. So I quickly put together this with some extra plywood and 2x4s I had. The plan is to not make this look like just a 75 gallon aquarium sitting on the floor. I'm going to do really nice wood trim around the bottom and the sides. The gap's going to be hidden. Probably going to run some aquarium co-op easy lights. And I'm still debating whether I'm going to use a Matin filter or a Fiji Cube drop-in. The Fiji Cube drop-in would look more professional, but the Matin filter is much less maintenance and arguably a better filter. But that's the 75-gallon coffee table. We'll call it rough draft. This is the latest project. You're going to see what is going to be transitioning into this in just a second, but there are 220 longs. I breed ornamental shrimp as a way to kind of supplement my hobby, so I'm not spending work money on fish tanks. It's kind of a compromise I made with my wife. Excuse the mess too. We have 2 kids, and this is just the time I was able to do this, so... but it's just 220 longs, a hastily put together stand just to keep one below the other, and my red reelies and cherry shrimp are going to be going in these, although this is very heavily tempting me to do a nano saltwater aquarium, but I'm going to resist the urge and continue on, and hopefully the 220 that I showed you guys first will become the saltwater tank. Built the stand out of scrap 2x4s I had left and one 2x4x10. That's why nothing looks pretty, but it'll hold it up. It'll do the job. It doesn't need to look pretty. It's just for holding tanks out of the way. Alright, so here's my garage setup, as I'm sure a lot of you probably have as well if you're watching this video. Incredibly, this, and those 2 there were free, completely free, from a gentleman who just wanted them out of his yard. And they are sea clear, commercial grade acrylic tanks. They're all drilled, which is why the water level looks really low right now, because I don't have anything to plug the holes. This is one of the original 30s that I used when I first had it set up as a 55 and 230s. This is my shrimp cull tank slash plant holding tank, I guess you could say. This is all going to change soon. Those 220 longs you saw in the other room are going to take my red cherries and the Reely shrimp. And these guys have their own tank as well that won't be out here, because I cannot keep going with the weather we have where I live. It's supposed to be triple digits tomorrow, and of course this is in a garage, so it won't get that hot, but still, I just don't want to be in the garage all the time. Plus, we have 2 vehicles. I had to move one out so I could actually video this. And it just makes it really inconvenient and harder to maintain. You know how it is. If it's easy to do it, you'll do it. If it's not easy to do it, you won't do it. But here's the cherry shrimp. Let's see if I can find some for us. There's one of the babies. Easier to see. Oh, looks like we got some hydro going on in here too. I just noticed that. Where's one of the mamas? I want to get one of them so you can see the nice red coloration. Wow. That used to be a piece of zucchini. Now it's just that, and that went in there yesterday. Huh. Well, maybe I can B-roll some mamas later whenever I can find them. This should be pretty well cleared out because I've already started moving the Reely shrimp. It's got some seed shrimp and stuff in it, which I'll probably just leave it running for that. But and then this was supposed to be a seed shrimp tank, and then the seed shrimp got everywhere, so I was just like, whatever. There's no filter, just a huge clump of Java moss. I'll probably use this as a breeding tank at some point, but anyway, those are the tanks. Oh, there's one of the relays. They're pretty low grade, actually. I lost the line and I've been trying to get it back. There you are. Which is funny because I was taking all of them out and calling them into this tank. But once they got in here, they colored right up. So I think it's just the gravel I'm using in there makes them wash out to try and blend in. There's a buried mama right there. This is my most successful shrimp tank, and it was just supposed to be a cull tank. And got some pearlweed in here, water lettuce. I almost forgot, I have 2 ponds outside as well. Well, ponds. They're 40-gallon squares, 40-gallon cubes, whatever you want to call them. Hi, pup. And this one I think has some shrimp in it. I just dumped some culls in there. This is completely empty. They're just growing water lettuce for me right now and other plants, really. But yeah, this one's turned around because I had these. This was supposed to go in the house, but I'm compromised and it stays out here. So I've turned the panel that is not painted so that the rain doesn't etch the glass or anything. So if I do end up wanting to use it, I can. Do you have something you want to add? No? Okay. I was going to end this video outside, then I realized my air conditioner is running, and this is already a low enough budget production without just putting a video or a goodbye message in front of a running air conditioner. So, anyways, thanks for watching today. If any of this stuff sort of interests you, or you like DIY projects or something like that, I'll be uploading, not regularly, but as I do things, as I can afford to do things and have time to do things, I will update the channel. So just keep an eye out if it interests you, and thanks for watching.